I love this girl. She is such a great energy to be around. I love her energy. I love her smile. So as you can tell, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
As always, we are going to share where it all started,
Okay.
where you're at today,
Okay.
and where you see yourself going.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So introduce yourself and let
Okay.
everyone know where did all this start?
Well, 1966. No, really, just kidding. Well, okay, so I own Bizz Connections, and I just started that this year. It kind of fell in my lap, and what I do for businesses is I help plan, I promote, and events for businesses, and I also help facilitate sponsor packages to help fund the event and help fund me.
In order to get there, let's go back a little bit. So her name is Marina, Marina Dunn.
Yes.
And are you born and raised in SoCal?
No, I was
Okay.
born in a small town called Shafter,
Okay.
California.
And where's that?
It's near Bakersfield.
Oh, okay. So,
You know
Northern Cal.
Bakersfield.
Okay, Northern
Yeah,
Cal. So you
yeah.
were born and raised there.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
Well, I was there until I was 21.
Okay.
Actually, I grew up in a family. I have 4 siblings, older siblings,
Okay.
2 older brothers.
You're the baby?
So I'm the baby.
Me too.
I am the
Me
baby.
too. We're spoiled.
I know.
We get whatever we want.
We're the babies.
That's right.
And then I went to college, went to Bakersfield College,
Okay.
and for interior design, actually, I'm a very creative girl.
Yeah.
And I've always have been. I like creating things. And
So let's go. Let's hold up a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's really take them behind the black curtain a little bit.
Okay.
So school. How was school? Did you like school?
Yeah, I was good in school.
You were?
Yeah, I
Oh,
was really good
man.
in school. I like school.
See, you were
I
the
like
ones-
learning.
Okay, you were the
Yeah.
ones I needed to cheat off of.
I know, maybe.
Yeah. So you like school? Did you play sports? Did you do anything like activities?
That's kind of my regret. I didn't really play any sports. I always
Okay.
wanted to. I think I would be athletic.
Because she is very, very competitive. Actually, one of the most competitive people I ever met. She is on it. She wants to know how many views. What are we going to do? How do we beat this? I love it. I love it. So you would have been awesome in
Yeah,
sports.
I would have been awesome.
You would have been awesome, but it just wasn't your. You just
You know what? I was.
not the opportunity.
I was twirling the baton. I was a majorette. I was
Oh,
a
okay.
cheerleader.
So you still-
I was very
oh, okay.
the social butterfly.
That's
I
cool,
guess.
but that was your outlet then. You were the cheerleader. I could see that.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Right. I love to dance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, college, how was it?
College, it was great. I liked. It's a small town, Bakersfield. It was Bakersfield College at that time, a junior college. And then when I went to San Diego, I came here for to go to San Diego State.
Oh, that's how you made it down
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And you
So
fell in love?
I came as a junior.
I mean,
and
this is paradise.
Yeah, it was crazy because I was a small town girl, so it was everything was new to me.
Yeah.
And the school was it was hard. It was
College.
it was a big college,
Yeah.
and so and I work part time and actually in retail. And
Now, was that the first time you were in San Diego?
I've been to San Diego before,
Okay.
but when I was little,
Right, Right. But this is the first time for any length of time as an adult.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah?
and then I never left.
Just fell in love with it.
Yeah, I really love San Diego.
Yeah, it's. I mean, what is there not to love? It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Whenever
Right.
someone says they're born and raised here, I'm like, we call that right? It's spoiled. I mean, this is paradise from a
Yeah,
kid
it
from
is
Jersey.
awesome. It has everything. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's absolutely paradise. But so you went to college,
Mm-hmm.
got done college, and then what?
Well, actually, I got married.
Okay.
Actually, that was in my 20s.
Okay.
And it didn't last very long.
Mm-hmm.
It was about a year and a half.
Right.
And
Well, you were just a kid. I mean, and that happened.
yeah, and so that marriage failed, which is a bummer. And then I started working in actually property management.
Okay, because I read that in the bio.
Yeah.
So you got into property management, and that's a
Yeah.
rough. I mean, that's not easy.
Yeah.
That's not easy down in San Diego.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of competition
Right.
too, and
Right.
it just kind of landed. I been in sales, in retail sales for a long time, and also was in the restaurant business. And then I had an opportunity to be in property management. I'd never done it before, but I actually, because of my background, sales, I was able to get in as a regional, like a troubleshooter. So I had a region right when I got in, and I had to learn that business.
Well, let me ask you this: what the skills that you got as a sales girl, a salesperson? How did that help you with getting into property management? Because I mean, it's communication skills, it's people skills, and that's right up your alley.
Yeah, every job that I've ever had, I always move up in the ranks, and because I like to keep learning, I like to keep motivating myself. And
I'm gonna edify you right here from my experience. This girl is a worker. This girl works, laces up her boots, and gets to work. That event that we did down in, and I say we, I didn't do anything but show up. I even got lost. And I still screwed it up. I just showed up. I mean, these women handled it from, if you knew all the back end stuff, what they had to do to get this event, and it was awesome. It was an awesome event. I had a blast. I've been to a lot of events. It was a lot of fun, but this girl is a worker. So that's what that's the other reason why we connect, I love that. And I admire that. Absolutely admire that.
I don't do anything that I would want to ask. If I ask somebody to do it, I do it myself too. So, you can see me. I'll be at an event, and I'll be in high heels, and I'll be breaking down tables. And because somebody has to do it, it needs to be done. So.
All I know is we switch rooms, and I look over, and all my banners are already there. And this girl's dressed up. It's unbelievable. It's already done. So believe me, she gets it done. But I love that, and I admire that, and I respect that, and I connect with that, because at the end of the day, it's that entrepreneurial DNA, right? Let's figure it out. Let's get it done, and let's make it work. And the other thing I knew I like about her is when I text her, I get a response like that. Usually I'm like, how come they're not calling? But anyway, there's a lot of things that we connect on. So now the property management, you start to work your way up the ladder. How long were you in it?
Yeah, I was in property management for 15 years. Okay. And I was a troubleshooter. I also was a property manager. My biggest property was 324 units in Oceanside. Yeah, that was a great experience, and it taught me a lot of skills.
That is a lot of.
I had a team.
That's a nightmare.
It was.
You can have a team.
It was hard.
That's rough.
Yeah,
that is rough. Now, did you like it? Did you like the challenge? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it?
I liked it. I liked learning, and every day was different. You're dealing with people who live there. It's their home. But I got an opportunity to become the training director for this company, and they didn't have one, and they had how many? About 50 apartment communities throughout the Western United States, and they did not have a training department. And somehow I got that opportunity to build a training department from the ground up.
So you built that training department? Well,
I had a great COO who really guided me.
But still, So what did you need to do? What in your training routine or division? What did you have to do? Like, what was the goal?
Yeah, well, the goal was, of course, to have better salesmen on the floor on every property, but also to get we did secret shops. So we want to make sure we would put out a secret shopper and
make sure things were being done the way they're supposed to be done.
Right.
So that's pretty impressive. That's very impressive. And it's that overachiever, right? Just get it done and outwork everyone.
Yeah, and I like to learn, like I said. And I think what really helped me as the training director there and learning how to even have this department and to help others in their sales techniques, I studied myself. I just went and found books and read the books and went online and so how do I teach this? What's going to be the best way an adult learns? And so that really gave me the confidence to. And you know what else is? I always say people are always looking for. How do I get security in life? I want that security. People are searching for that security. And a lot of people think it's a myth, but at the end of the day,
bring more value than the other person. That's going to be your security, no matter what you do, and that's what you're doing. You know, in essence, you're just bringing more value than anybody else. So you create that position for yourself that becomes secure.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing more value, because you're studying when someone else is out partying.
Yeah.
You're trying to do better and just get to that next level. And that's, at the end of the day, that's the message I want to get across is nothing happens by mistake, right? And they don't always see all the work that's being done on the back end, right? To make that happen and create that position. And then in essence, it builds your self-image, right? Because you have more confidence. Now you're coming to the table and saying, here's what we got, here's what I'm going to present, and here's how it's going to work. So I love that.
Yeah. Well, my first training that I did, I sucked.
but
I didn't do very well.
But share that, because how many people, right, are sitting back going, you know what, same thing happened to me, or I'd like to do this for my company, but they're afraid. Yeah. So it might have not went the greatest, right? But you survived. I did. You didn't die, right? And
maybe
you wanted to, but at the moment. But how much did you learn from that?
Yeah. Well, I learned to get back in the game and study a little harder, and be a better teacher in class, and so other people couldn't retain. So I just went to the books. I guess embarrassment,
Well, no, it's learning.
It's learning.
You don't know until you get in there. Yeah. And that's the stuff that you learned. You're not going to get in a classroom. You're not going to get out of a book. Right. You're just going to get it by getting in there, getting dirty, falling down, getting back up, brushing yourself off. And that's your personality. That's what that's why I think the other thing we connect is you're not afraid to get in the game.
Yeah.
And that's what I like.
I try to face my fears, I was nervous here too, and I know you.
But you know what? Just for nothing, because you're real. And that's what people connect with. That's what people want to know. Yeah. You're real, and you're the majority, right? So you're in the working world. You're a woman. You're figuring it out. You're not afraid to get in that game. You're not afraid to get dirty. You're not afraid to get hurt. Yeah. You're not one of those people chatting from the sidelines, giving all the answers. We hate those people, right? We hate those people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Either get in the game or keep your mouth shut. Right. That's what I say. Absolutely. Yeah. So I love that. So. After 15 years of this boot camp, right? And that's probably what it is. Right. Then what?
Well, after with the training department, then all of a sudden I was just maintaining it. So I felt stagnant, like I wasn't growing.
There was no more growing.
It wasn't really no more growing. I was just doing everything that I built.
Right.
So I got a little bored about that, and then I left property management because I was tired of making other people money. I wanted to have that entrepreneurial spirit.
I love that though. So that combination of you were bored, right? You outgrew it, right? You worked yourself up and outgrew it, and then you start to see on top of that. Now you're starting to see opportunity. So take us further. This is awesome. I love this.
Okay, so after that, I actually worked for commercial real estate because I had my real estate license all this time when I was in property management. So
why wouldn't you? Let's go get the real estate license. Right, that's awesome.
Who doesn't have one here in San Diego?
I love it. So you got your real estate license.
I got my real estate license. All right. That was during the property management years, but I kept it. And every time I renew it, I always renew it. And then I started working for commercial real estate, but that's really tough. That's a tough business, especially. I mean, you have to have the right team too, right? Yeah, you do. And so I stopped doing that, and I go, okay, so what am I going to do? So I had an opportunity to do. I got a job. It's called VP of Special Events. And so what I did was I would put on a golf fest in Vegas, San Diego, and Phoenix, and. So I'm like, okay, VP of Special Events. I'm great with events, and I'm in sales, so I'd have to sell the sponsor packages, and I'd also have to sell the booths that were there. That's right exactly. So that's kind of how I.
But here's what people have to understand: is she tried something, she knew that it wasn't really for her. So instead of trying to force that round pole into a square. Whole, right? Yeah. You have to understand who you are, what makes you tick. And as soon as you talked about events, you lit up like a Christmas tree, right? Because that's your world, the fun, having that kind of, even though you get all the stress and you're trying to coordinate everything, it becomes your oxygen, right? Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I just love putting things on for others, for other people. And so I did that for about 6 months, but honestly, it was so much cold calling and behind a desk. Yeah. And every once in a while I get to go out, and
Would
try
that
to get
zap
that.
your energy?
It really did.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah.
And it came at a time where my second marriage, because I got married between that time, I was married for 13 years together with the same man for 17. I loved him. But at that same time I was doing that, I also had my marriage was failing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
So it was really tough too.
Yeah. So you were trying to figure out your professional world, and then the personal world's kind of upside down. Yeah. So that's so. How did you have to obviously share all kind go as deep as you want, but how did you get through that? What made you, where was your why? Like what was some of the things you were telling yourself to get through that? Because again, you're in the majority, right? Not the minority. I was together and married together with my wife 17 years. So we were together 10 years, married 7. We grew up together. she was 19, I was 22, 23. We're still really close, but we just grew apart, you know? And I had my own business. So I get it, right? So how were you able to get through that? And what are some of the things that you learned?
Ooh, I learned a lot. During that
There's
time.
a classroom.
During that time, I don't get depressed ever.
Right.
But it was so hard because our marriage was breaking up, and I loved him, and things happened for the reasons.
Just a lot of emotional stuff.
Of emotional things.
Right.
And actually, my sister Christina, she sent me something about marriage, and I read it, and it was about forgiveness, and it really helped me get through this, because it said if you want to be forgiven, you have to forgive others if you want to be forgiven by God. Right. And I believe in God, and so I prayed that night, and to ask Him to help me lift this burden, and to be able to forgive. And so the next day I felt it's lifted, and I was able to forgive.
You just released it.
I released it.
You released it through your faith. Right? Through your faith. And that's whatever works for you, right? That's what you need to focus on. And, your sister who you love and respect came to the table and said, here's what you really need to do. And then you just released it.
I did.
So did you start to see a difference in your business life after that? Did you see a difference?
Well, so once I was able to release that, I kind of felt good about me.
Yes. Okay.
And I was doing the VP of special events, and then I stopped doing that, and I had an opportunity to work for a magazine. Who was very successful in Connecticut, and I was hired to do the advertising sales. So I learned about advertising and sales.
So you were still here.
And I was still here. Yeah. And then so I did that for a while. And then I got another opportunity because I met somebody. It's all about connecting, and I'm a great connector.
Absolutely.
So I connected, and the reason I got the advertising was because I connected with them in the golf, being in the events side. So I got I had an opportunity to actually work for a broker, director of sales and marketing for this broker. He liked my energy and how I work. And he hired me to help his business, his real estate broker in downtown. And so what he wanted me to do was to network and connect with other people, let them know about his brokerage, that it's going to be in downtown San Diego. And then I
just promote him and his business.
Promote him and his business. But he also wanted me to do a monthly mixer. And so I had like 2 weeks to do the first mixer, and it went good. It went okay. I had 45 people there in 2 weeks. And then every month we'd have another mixer, and it grew in 8 months from 45 people to 150.
Wow.
So I figured I have a really good knack to bring people together.
And you just enjoy it.
I do. I love that. And then I stopped working for him. And then when I stopped working for him, people just kept calling me and saying, "Oh, you're not working for the brokerage anymore. Let's talk." I'm like, okay. And so I would talk to this person. Somebody else would call me and want me to do the same thing I did to him for their business and their events.
They would subcontract you out, right?
So I kept getting these calls all week, and I couldn't believe it that people wanted me to help them.
And then you would just bill them per job or whatever that was, or hour, or however.
Like consultation or the event or help facilitate the packages. So I went home. That's what I was doing. I go, how can I make this into a business?
Right,
because I'm good at it.
And you were, right? And one of the things that, again, it all goes back. It's the same recipe, just different ingredients. It all goes back to value. You keep bringing that value. You keep working your butt off, and people see that. And what I need to do, because since we ran late, I forgot to get the Monster Moderator on the phone so she can read the people jumping on. So she's probably screaming at me right now. So, as always, we're going to keep this real raw and live. So, Marion, hang in there with me. And she's 71. She's allowed to yell at me. She told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just get this real quick because you got people jumping on, girl. And I knew this was going to happen because she put a promo out yesterday and it blew up. So she knows how to connect people. And a lot of people really like this girl. Let me get this. Let me get her on here. Where is she? Monster Moderator. Hold on, guys. Here she is.
Oops.
I'm always in trouble. I'm used to it. So what she'll do is read for us.
I would never yell at you.
Okay. Now, once the cameras are off, I know I'm going to get yelled at. Hey, it's Marion. Sorry about that. We were running late, and then we just jumped into the story. So why we have this break? All right. Why we have this break? I know we got some people jumping on with some comments and questions. So let's jump right in with it.
Jasmine Lynn.
Jazz.
Jasmine. Love her. M&J.
All right. Did she have a...
She says, that's my girl. Love you, Marina.
Not a girl. Not a girl. Who else do we have?
Massey. Awesome girl.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Who else?
Nicole, that bodyguard, says hi, Marina. She's getting a lot of recognition from the ladies.
Hi, Nicole.
Awesome. Nicole was just on last week, her and her husband.
Yeah.
Awesome people. Do you know them?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
She knows
I know
them.
Nicole.
She knows everyone.
Of course.
she knows everyone.
I do know
She's gonna run for mayor soon. Go ahead, Marion.
Jasmine Lynn, she goes, yes, she works all day and all night, and a social butterfly, I know, because she's up till 5 when I'm finishing up project.
Atta girl. That's monster mode. That's monster mode. I love it.
Yeah. Most creative then, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's awesome. Anybody else, Marion?
Yeah, Michael
McGonagall. Hi, Michael.
Michael, thank you so much for jumping on.
Awesome musician.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I want to get this one, Suzanne Gladstone says, go, girl.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Those cheerleaders.
Suzanne and Michael, they're singing group McGonagall Gladstone. They're great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the ladies are supporting.
All right. They love her. They love her.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Shane the Train, my man, the Monster Motivator.
There he is.
There you go. Shout out.
I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the love. It's my boy from Philly. Keep it real, Shane. Thank you, pal.
And one more. Let me throw one more in. Jason Stewart.
Jason.
Cool.
Awesome.
Jason.
And I do see, I don't know if you got to refresh, but Gary Oakley, this guy is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know those people that walk in a room and just light it up with their smile?
Yeah.
That's this guy. He's absolutely phenomenal. Gary's my man. He was on our show. He is a beast. Love this kid.
Cool.
Anybody else, Marion?
Gary Oakley says, great show, you too. I'm just saying, yeah, baby.
Roar, big man, roar. So, all right, hold up a second, Marion. So,
Casey says, leaving a legacy. Get it.
Big Rob, we're going to do that photo shoot up in LA soon. Hopefully, let's get that done. So, where are we at next? Take us to the next step.
Okay, where did I leave off?
Well, now you came up, you saw an opportunity, right?
Yes.
With all the hard work, all the value that you're bringing, and you're saying, wait a minute here.
Yeah.
This could be something.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Now, how long ago was that?
March. This year.
Girl, the paint is still wet. Look at that. I love it. She's like, March. And I go, what? I love it.
True story.
So actually, I don't know when we met. What month was that? But so you were.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, we met before that.
September?
Yeah, because the event was in October.
Mm-hmm.
So we met before that.
Probably.
Yeah, probably about August.
Yeah, probably about August, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Atta girl.
So, well, like I said, people were calling me, and I don't even have a name for my company, and I was trying to figure. I don't even have a logo. I do graphic design. I was a graphic design major actually too. So I made my own logo. I just,
that's
put
right
something together, and so I felt like I was chasing my own company, trying, because usually people are like, okay, got my logo, got my this, I got that. I didn't have any of that. I just went out.
I love that. That's the I always do that.
Yeah.
Right? I write my plan down on a napkin. And while I'm eating. And that's a big part of my day.
Yeah,
so.
And I would go out and network. I didn't even have any business
But
cards.
I love that. See, here's the thing. The perfect time is bullshit. It's a myth. All that is an excuse not to move forward. Mm-hmm. So this girl actually, most people are going to tell you she did it reverse. She did it right. Go in there, get in there, start making things happen. I love that she brought so much value that people created a business for her. That's really what happened. Think about that. No, it didn't fall in your lap. You earned it. Mm-hmm. You earned it. So that's the bottom line. There's no mistake about that. You earned it, and I'll never let you get away with that. So there you go. No, you earned it, and that's the way you want to start a business. That's the way you do it. You don't wait for the sun and the moon and the stars to align. I'm exhausted. I mean, but that's what happens. People wait and wait and wait. And here's the thing. If that is who you are, and if that is your DNA, and you're more of that person on the back end that keeps everything in order, who I need, partner with people like us, because we're going to pull you through those fear barriers. We're just going to get it done. Then we're going to give you the mess to straighten out. We're going to move on. So that's the bottom line, right? Okay. So my marketing manager, Kate, she's going, yep. Cindy, she's going, yep. But you need to know who you are in order and enhance your weaknesses. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you do, and I've already made some mistakes, but I'm going to learn from them all.
Of course.
But yeah, I've grown a lot in the last couple years since my divorce. And
but how much have you grown being on your own? Like as far as your business, like how much have you grown in the last 6-8 months, however long?
Yeah, I've
I love
a lot. I've grown a lot and learned a lot just from. The mistakes I've made, but also my successes that I've had. And
here's a question I want to ask you, and I already know the answer to this, but I love when I hear this. Okay. Now that you're on your own, now that you've tasted that, and now we're coming in, maybe coming up to close to a year. Would you ever want to work for anybody else?
No.
Girl, I knew it. No, I knew it. See, that's what people have to understand. Mm-hmm. If you're that single mom, if you're that guy that wants to get out of that 9 to 5, if you feel stuck, listen to this story. See, this is the majority. You are not the minority, right? You're the minority because you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right? But your story is the majority. So those people that want to get out of that, listen to this story, watch this show, share this. If you know anybody that's in that position, share it. Or her story also connects with the people that are in their own business and they're going, holy shit, what did I do? Right?
Yeah.
That's your story, right? Yeah. So learn and reach out to her, because after we get done, we're going to be able to share this. You're going to be able to reconnect with all your fans. and I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon there, right? I'm gonna ride your coattails, girl, because she put a promo out yesterday, and I was like, my thumbs were sore. It was awesome. I was excited. So you learned a lot.
I got good friends.
I know but well deserved, right? So. You learned a lot. You're growing, expanding now. Mm-hmm. Where do you see yourself in 2 or 3 years?
In 2 or 3 years, I do see myself having event coordinators who are going to be doing a lot of the event part.
Subcontracting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also, because I think what I'm really good at is getting business and also connecting others. I think that's where I am most successful.
Okay.
And it's not, it doesn't matter, what color those tablecloths are, and
Right.
whatever it is. I love doing that. Don't get me
Right,
wrong,
right.
but I don't. That's not where.
But your real
I
world
really
is,
need it.
is right. I
think.
see.
Yeah.
I get you. I
Yeah.
get you. And that's a great, great plan.
Uh-huh.
And the reason I say that too is because that's my DNA, right? I'm more of the relationship builder.
Yeah.
Bring it in and then move it up. I'll give you an example. My
Okay.
very first business, I had a public adjusting firm in Philly, and public adjuster was licensed and bonded in the state to represent the homeowner in property claims. And I partnered with a guy that did all the adjusting, and I did all the sales, right? And all I would do was bring the work in. I had it. I owned a public adjusting firm for 5 years and never adjusted one claim. I don't even know how. I swear to God, I didn't even know how to really adjust the claim properly.
I love it.
But understand, you don't need to, right?
Yeah,
I had a
that's
fire
awesome.
restoration business,
Right.
and we handle contents. And my partner at the time goes, "We don't know anything about that." I said, "I know, but he does. It's so up to him." And let me get the work. I'll get the work. I'll
Right,
bring the
right,
work in. So
right.
I get it, right?
Right.
But my point is, just because you don't know how to adjust a claim doesn't mean you can't have a successful public adjusting firm, right? Just because, right,
Yeah.
your world,
Right.
you'd rather, your strengths are bringing that work in, creating the relationships, all the other stuff. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm just going to say this, that everyone knows the busy work, the stuff that needs to get done, right, in the right way. Give that to the people that love that.
Yeah.
The ones that hate going out and getting to work.
Right.
The ones that hate connecting with people. That's how you're going to be successful.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. That's where my passion is, and I just realized that I'm good at it. And
Right.
so why not?
And love it.
Yeah, and I love it. I love meeting new people. I love connecting. I have a knack for talking to someone, and then we really get raw about our life
Yes.
and where
Yes.
we've been, and I think that helps because actually I learned this from a friend of mine who I go, "Wow, you have so many friends," but she would tell me stories that I would be so embarrassed. I can't even believe you're telling me this.
Right.
Her name's Debbie.
Right.
And
But
she taught me a lesson that the reason she had so many friends is because she let what is it? She took down a wall, or she
took the mask off.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
Took the mask off.
Yeah.
I'm stealing that.
Yeah.
Stealing that. I know.
Yeah.
But she let me. She let me. Took the mask off, right?
Yeah.
Behind that black curtain.
Yeah.
And the realness.
Right.
And how did that make you feel?
And
Connected.
once I figured out,
Even from her.
she
You just
made
felt connected to her,
right?
didn't you?
Always, because she would say something, you're like, "Oh my gosh, I did that the other day," and it just makes you connected with that person.
And let's really drive something home too, because what a great point and a great, it's the real in order to connect with people. On the flip side of that, think about how you feel when you're with somebody and you know they're full of shit. Right? You know that
Right.
they're something's off,
Well,
right? So then you're actually the opposite. You're like, wait a minute, something's not right here. So that same feeling you get from somebody that's real, raw, and live, you get that same something when someone is not being real with you. You're like, wait a minute, something's off.
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I just barely learned this. I'm a late bloomer when I learned this one, because I would take what people said to me at face value. I would just believe everyone.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, I've got screwed many times.
Well, because of who you are, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at them like,
I'm
wait a minute, they can't be, they got to be telling me the truth,
Right,
because that's
exactly.
who you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so, but the last couple of years, I've just been, I realized, I have not been using my gut.
Yes.
And now I use my gut, and it's just been much better. And more people that I'm using my gut with in a good way are all coming together in my life.
It's the energy you're putting out, right? But here's the thing, and I just was talking about this on a podcast last night. I call it your inner GPS, right? And it's like a muscle.
Yeah.
The less you use it, the weaker it becomes and the less reliable. But the more you use it, the stronger it becomes and the more reliable it becomes. And in the last few years, it's so great that life said to you, in order to not only thrive, but to survive, you got to start listening to your intuition, right? Your gut feeling.
Right.
And then how did that build your self-image over the years by knowing that you can listen to your gut feeling?
Well, because if I feel like something's not right, then I can move. Then I'll just disregard that person
or evaluate,
or
reevaluate.
Right, exactly, and then move on, and hopefully, succeed, I guess.
Yeah, and absolutely. And if you have to do business with them, it might be only for a short period of time, but you're just approaching it in a different way. You know, you're staying very alert.
Yeah.
And that's, again, that only comes, you're not going to learn that in a classroom. You're not going to learn that in a book. You're not going to learn that with a degree on the wall. You're going to learn that by getting in the game and
sometimes the hard way.
And getting burnt.
Yeah.
Look, that's how do you know when the stove is hot? Because you're 10 years old. Your mom said don't touch it. You touch it and you got burnt.
Yeah. If something doesn't seem right, it's, you know, probably not going to be right.
Right.
You know? So I started to use my gut, my intuition, as you say.
Love that.
And
love that.
It's so much better because I'm not getting screwed.
Right.
That's what
but not only that, now because you're building that self-image, you're building that confidence, now you're putting out a different energy. So what happens is the honest people, right, are coming into your life.
Very much so.
So I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And here's the other lesson, right, and I want you to you tell me what you think about this, is you had a choice in life. Life always gives us a choice, right? And you could have said, you know what? Everyone's out to screw me. Everyone's no good. And then the energy you would have put out, you could have shut down instead of learn, right? That a lot of people do. And then you would have just attracted more of those, and it would have been that victim mentality. Yeah. So I love that you were able to figure out really what you needed to do. Where do you think that came from? Because that is pretty interesting. That's kudos.
Yeah, you know, where did that come from?
Here's my guess.
Okay.
And you tell me if this is if I'm even close.
Yeah.
Because of who you are, you look at things in a really bright way. So in other words, you want to see things with that glass half full versus half empty naturally, right?
Yeah, I do.
Now there might be situations where that isn't the real,
right?
But I think because you're so optimistic that's probably what steered you in that direction versus somebody that's more pessimistic. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that's true. I've always been positive. I always, you know, if I fall down, I'm like, okay, I don't give myself pity parties. Right. I don't.
Love it.
And or not for long, maybe till like whatever.
Well, you give yourself a time, right?
I do give myself a time. And if I've ever, you know, I was kind of nervous to be here sometimes because I go, I'm not sure if I really have that story, but you know,
man, you do.
But I definitely can, if I get knocked down, I don't give myself a pity party because I'm so blessed in my family.
Oh, I love it.
I have a roof over my head. I'm healthy. And so, you know, I have two parents who really taught me that because my mom has retinitis pigmentosa, which is a blinding disease. And so she's, you know, going blind. Okay. And my dad had a handicap and they never complain about.
Isn't it amazing?
And they can do anything. They just do it. Never complain. Yeah. And I sometimes forgot that I had parents who were handicapped. Yeah, I really did because that's just who they are, and that's what I've known all my life.
That's so great. So I was telling you about, and if you can connect with this guy Gary Oakley, right? Okay. So he was born with not muscular dystrophy, cerebral palsy, right? And he said that the reason he's able to do everything that he does is because his parents never looked at him as he was different. They just said, go in, do it, get it done, and that's it. And that's his mentality is just absolutely amazing, right?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, you limit your own self.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that outlook. And it ties into what I consider really the two most powerful things that you can have in life, and when you combine them, you're really unstoppable. And that's really what your parents have is your hunger, right? Your hunger to learn, hunger to grow,
I love that.
right? And your gratitude.
Yeah.
And that's that I call is the immigrant mentality. And that's why the immigrants that come over here just kick the shit out of us because they have the hunger. They're so hungry to get better and they're so grateful to be here. You know, and I think, and probably, I don't know what their age is, but their generation, right? Yeah. They weren't born with a lot. So they have that combination of, you know, they don't complain because complaining gets you nowhere, right? Exactly. Nobody wants to hear it anyway. No. Stop whining. Right. So that's what you were brought up with, and I was brought up the same way. Yeah. And I think that's another connection.
It is, but I'm a different Marina than I was in my 20s or 30s or 40s.
But if you weren't, you'd be doing something wrong, right? And I think anybody that can...
I'm a better Marina, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. More well-rounded, better inner GPS, right? A stronger inner GPS.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you sat here and you said, anybody that could sit here and say, the same person I was 10 years ago, there is not I don't feel sorry for people, but that's who I feel sorry for. Because at the end of the day, if you're not willing to grow, evolve, move forward in this short ride that we have, honestly, why are you here?
Yeah.
That's my question. Why are you here? So I love that. I love that. And I knew that this story was going to be really, really dynamic, no matter what you said. I wasn't letting you off the hook because it's the real. And I knew that's what you were going to bring. So is there anything that I didn't talk about that you want to talk about? Because I'd like you to really share everything that you provide in your new business, so people are really clear. And as always, when we jump off and Marina jumps back on to connect with you guys, she's going to post all of her stuff, and she's very, very easy to find. If you can't find her, reach out to me. I know where to find her. But I want you to really share how the value that you bring in your business. What are some of the services you offer? Before we do that, though, Marion, is there anybody else jumped on?
Suzanne Gladstone says, Marina, we love your laughter. She's a motivated beast. Without her, we wouldn't have gotten where we are
Look
now.
at her.
Oh my
Look
God.
at her. I love it. I love it.
They're talented.
I love it. Who else?
And then Tom Lagarde said, when you get that entrepreneurial itch, you become unemployable.
You know what? But that's it.
Right.
That's it. You get the bug, and when it's in your DNA like it is yours, so deep, if you start to work for somebody, you feel suffocated. You feel smothered. So 100%, Tom. 100%. Anybody else?
Nicole, Tom's wife, says, bingo, Dave. I agree with you. Optimistic people are generally very trusting.
You know what? And they're so transparent, and I think that's a big part of it. Meeting Marina for a second, I could see it. She's very transparent, very real, and that's why we connected. Anybody else?
Kelly Blair, break the cycle and follow your own path. WTG, Marina.
Thank you.
Awesome. Look at you.
That's awesome.
Bringing
Thank
the
you
heat.
so much.
I love it. I love it. So much support,
Thank
but people just connect because it's real. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And you probably live your life in a similar way where, I live my life this way. I'm so simple because that's the way I learned. Very simple. And it's all about intention. And if my intention is pure and I use a word, or I use a sentence that offends you, that's on you. I can now put my head on the pillow. And I think you live your life probably the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about intention.
Yeah. And also just to be real, be who you are.
Yes.
And then, I've learned things from different people. One of them's, my ex-husband, he taught me actually, I go, oh, don't tell them that. I did that. He goes, well, you did it.
Right? And it is what it is.
True.
Right?
But I learned to just, own it. You did it. So,
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
So that's something that.
And your story, and you've heard me say this to you 100 times, right? And you're tired of hearing it, but we don't care. Is your story's not about you. Right? Your story really is about those people that you're going to be able to help, whoever they are, right? And wherever this lands, right? It's not about you, and you were bad enough to make it through. So now it's your obligation to share it and all that growth that you've made, you've created. So, and that's on you. You need to take that credit because nobody else did it for you.
Yeah.
Yep. Had a girl.
Yeah.
Had a girl.
But I have a lot of help from just good people out there.
But we all have, right? Because and that's another rant, right? The self-made millionaire, again, is bullshit. It comes from ego. Yeah. Nobody can do it on their own. Yeah. And honestly, why would you want to? It's so much fun to do it with others, right?
Absolutely. That's why I'm a connector, and I love just connecting with somebody and see how I can help them. And it's not always about what they can do for you. It's like, how can you help them? And I think that's a better way to have business as well.
But and also not only is it a better way, right? But any other way would actually go against your grain.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why, honestly, she can put out a promo yesterday at 10 o'clock in the morning and my phone is like on fire, right? Because it's coming from the intention. Right? It's real. It's pure, and that's what people love about her. And the smile's not bad either. Anybody else, Marion?
Yeah, we have John Moore.
John, that's my boy from Jersey.
Yeah, that's what he said. Dave, great job keeping it real. Listening to you live from your hometown. Waiting for you to bring that energy and fire back to the East Coast,
right
We're coming, big man. We're coming. Monster Motivator TV Mania Tour coming to a town near you. Just buckle up. We are on our way.
Hey, don't forget, connect me with you.
That's right.
I know him.
It's going to be a fun ride. Buckle up. So we're getting close, big man. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for taking the time. I know it's late out there in Jersey. What time is it?
Whoa.
7:30, 9:30. It's not that late. I don't feel that bad. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, Marion. Anybody else, Marion?
Yeah, William King.
Okay.
And he says I'm here because Shane the Train sent me.
There you go. Shane, thank you for the love. Guys, make sure that you share this video. Make sure you share this show. Let's see some hearts. Let's see some thumbs up. So I share exactly what people will get when they hire you and why they would hire you and what makes you different from everyone else.
Okay. Well, I do consultations, and I'll like to listen to the business owner and see where their wants and needs are, and see where they're lacking. Maybe maybe they want to put on a like a speaker series, or they want to introduce their product.
Okay.
So I help them kind of a game plan on what they need to do to get people to this event or a speaker series, or even to get people to notice their product out there. So I work with them, and then we kind of come up with a little game plan. Either I'm going to help them put that event on. I can also help promotion wise, or help them get their product sold, or their business known to others, to the area or wherever they.
So you do some PR press.
Yeah, I do.
Some PR push. Okay.
And then I think where a lot of people really like about what I do is helping I'll create a sponsor package while working with that business owner to see what they can offer, so other people will want to advertise with them on that event. So I do sponsor packages.
Oh, gotcha.
I create it for them, and I facilitate it, and then they have something to go with to promote or to help fund that event, and with the money that's coming in with the sponsorships.
Yeah.
So I help them figure that out.
Yeah.
They really like that part of it.
Because it's their bottom line.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So I kind of help fund the event, but I also help fund me because they're paying me.
Exactly. Exactly. And then
so they get their money back.
So do you charge per job? Is that how you do it? Like whatever because it's so customized? It depends.
Yeah, it totally depends. But I will sit down and I'll talk to you and figure it out.
And because you're a graphic designer, is that part of the deal too? Or?
That's something that I can do. Okay. And I can do logos. I do flyers and I do all that as well. But that's easy. But I know, but I will. I can't do everything. But if
she tries, that's for sure. Don't get her wrong. But so everything.
But that's I know where my expertise is, and I don't say that I'm an expert in every one of those fields. No, but I will get the job done.
Exactly, and that's all that counts.
Right,
that's all that counts because you started a business without business cards, without anything. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. That's Moxie. Yeah. I love that. I love that girl. So in essence, and tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
You are a event planner with everything under the umbrella that needs to get done.
Yeah, for businesses.
A corporate event plan.
Yeah.
A corporate event plan. That's pretty much what you do.
Marketing consultant, whatever.
Right. I mean, or combination of the two. Yeah. And my ex-wife, that's what she does. And I used to, when I saw everything that she did, I used to go, Michelle, how in the world, why would anybody want to do this? And she loves it. She loves it, right? Yeah. Because, I mean, when I saw you guys.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, my God. Listen, I had nothing to do with this event down in San Diego except show up, and I was exhausted. And I did nothing. These women just, and Barbara's here. We're in Barbara's office. So trust me.
Thank you, Barbara.
Trust me, what they did behind the scenes was crazy, and I got the phone calls. I know. Listen, big respect for that because And what's amazing is you guys love it. I'm like, this is crazy. They love it. They love it, right?
Well, we pulled out our hair a couple times.
But you love it. That's just part of your, you love the torture.
We do.
You love the torture.
Strange way.
And I'm like, man, thank God, right? Because
someone's got to do it.
Exactly. But so everything under one umbrella, corporate event planning.
Yeah.
If you're not sure, reach out to her. What a great girl. Finally got her on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being so real and keeping it real. Is there anything you want to share before we jump off? Anything that you want to share? Anybody out there that's trying to figure out how they can do it and why they're not ready to do it because their business card isn't?
I know, right? I know, exactly. And I used to be a very perfectionist, kind of like that, but it just fell in my lap and I just did it. And you know what? Nothing. It's that saying. Nothing. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Yep. And I say that to myself, and that's what also inspires me. But
okay.
Shoot, aim, fire.
Shoot, aim, fire. I love it. You know what? And sometimes I don't even aim. I just fire.
And just do it. But write down your goals and just do it.
Yes. And because this is so you, and I have to drive this home. Bring more value than the next person. That's what's going to separate you. Bring more value. Mm-hmm. This girl's up till 5 a.m. working. We heard Jazz ratted you out.
I know,
she told us. But that's who you want in your corner. That's who you want in that foxhole, and that's who you want to attract in business. And that's the real. So, as you know better than anybody, right? Because she does it better than I do now. We end this show the same way. Mm-hmm. I believe that we can only be in one state of mind at a time, right? And so she knows.
I know it's
I can't even say with a straight face, but I'm looking at her because she knows. But for you people that don't know, listen, if you're in victim mentality, victim mode, there's no room for gratitude. If you're in that gratitude mindset, there's no room for that victim mentality. And how great would it be to be in that unstoppable state the majority of your day? Would that be good? Huh?
Yep.
And as we talked about, life always asks the questions. And life said, Marina, do you want to purr like a kitten or roar like a lion?
Roar like a lion.
That a girl. I know it. So on 3.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. That a girl. Do it.